Hello everyone, welcome to week 14 of ISIS 105. We're nearing the end, and in fact this database project will lead into the integration project as well. So this is probably the most important Excel project you will be doing. In order to start, you're going to download the instructions and the template, both of which I already have up. I will just open the template right here, make this full screen so that we all can see it perfectly fine. So this project is you are going to create a database as you are working for a landscaping company and you are producing invoices for the month of June and you're compiling a list to be able to present to your boss. So on your jobs tab right here, make sure you're selected in the jobs tab. You need to come up with at least 5 different jobs, and you'll have 4 different spreadsheets. So your customers tab will have 10 customers, your employees will have 5 employees, your sales tab will have sales, and your jobs tab will have jobs. So to begin, in cell A1, you'll type job code. In cell B, you'll type the description. And in cell C, you're going to do the rate, which is dollars per hour that you are going to charge. So rate, let's see, dollar per hour. So you need to compile a list of at least 5 jobs that a typical landscaping company would do. Cutting grass, raking leaves, doing aeration, which is not important to know what it is, but it is a landscaping job. Fertilizing, anything else, sprinkler repair, whatever you guys are thinking. So you will type 1, 2, whoops, my keyboard wasn't working, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and come up with a description and how much you are willing to charge for that job. I'm going to pause the video to let you guys come up with your 5 jobs along with the realistic rates that you would charge for these jobs, and I will do the same. So I have input my 5 jobs, and I hope you guys have as well. Notice how some of these are hidden right now, and that's okay. We can fix that. You can just click the column in between B and C for this right here, double click to auto fit the column width, and then do the same thing for column C between C and D to auto fit that. Now you want to select everything you have just typed, starting in A1 all the way down to C6, or if you want to add more, you can. And you want to put full borders around this. So go to your borders, all borders, just like that. Now you want to center columns A and C. So hold down column A and hold Control on your keyboard and click column C and hit center, this one right here, center align, just like that. And you want to left align column B. It is already left aligned from normal. Now row 1, you want to make sure these are all bold so they stand out a little bit more than they normally would. Format column D right here, or column C, I'm sorry, to mine have already shown up, but you want to select these and format it to currency if it's not already been formatted that way. Now you also want to select and create a graph of all of these. So which one are you going to charge the most for? So you will select cells B2 through C6, go to insert, and you're going to insert a pie chart. So you're going to insert a 2D pie chart right here. And what you want to do is change the chart title. So click that. This box comes up around it and type jobs. It'll show up in your formula bar, jobs, and hit enter. Changes the title just like that. There's a legend down here, and you want to move that to the right side. To do that, you hit this plus sign right here, which is chart elements. The legend, this is right facing arrow, and click right, just like that. And you also want to add data labels. So you just select the data labels box, right like that. Excuse me. Notice how each section is not the same. There are differences. So you want to click on the biggest selection right here, the biggest piece of the pie, and this box, this format data point will come up. You want to change the point of explosion to 10%. Alright, 10, just like that. And you want to move this graph so the upper left corner is in cell A8, just like that, A8, in the bottom right corner to D22. So D22, just like that. Excuse me for all the coughing right now. Now you want to select the data table, the data labels right here. So select one of them, and they all select. You want to go to Home, bold these, and change it to 10-point font to make them stand out a little bit more. Now, your final step on this tab is going to be selecting your table, not the graph. So A1 through C6 and naming it. So to do that, you go to your formulas, define name, and it comes up as job code. You want to change this to jobs underscore table and hit OK. Just like that. We are done with the first tab. Now the second tab, the customers tab, you're going to compile a list of 10. But first you're going to want to input your company name into cell A1. So your last name or your first name, landscaping company. So I'll do my last name. Landscaping company. Right? Just like that. And I'm going to merge and center A1 through M2. Merge and center that. So on your home tab, merge and center. Just like that. Change the font type to Berlin Sans FB. So right here, click the drop down menu, scroll down, Berlin Sans FB, and change the font size to 20. Now, A3 through M3, I'm going to select and merge, and you're going to type billing invoice for June 2018, just like that. You are doing June, so that's when most landscaping companies are getting a lot of their work. And I want to change the fill color to this to blue accent 1 lighter 40%. So this little paint bucket right here, blue accent 1 lighter 40%. If you hover over it enough, it will pop up and say lighter or darker. So lighter 40%, just like that. Now we are going to fill in A4 through M4 with all the pertinent information about customers. And you need at least 10. So you need at least 10 of them. So you'll include your job number in cell A1 right here, job number, tab over, and hit date, or type date for the date the job was done, their first name, their last name, their street, city, zip code, street, city, state, zip code, job code, total time, the rate, the total charged, and the description. And this one we're going to change the fill color for row 4, A4 through M4, to blue accent 1 60% lighter instead of 40%, just to see a little difference in the two. You want to then format column A as, leave it as general. I know the instructions say format as text, but leave it as number. So then you can fill it in with job number. So my keyboard was not working again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 is the minimum required for this, but you may do more than that. So you will fill in the date of the job that was done, and then you will come up with fake amounts for your 10 customers. So fake first names, last names, street, city, state, zip code, all of those. Whether they are real or not is up to you, but these streets must have street numbers and names to them. It can't just be first street, second street, third street. There needs to be a number associated with it. Now I'm going to pause the video and let you guys put in all that information, and I will do the same. Alright, so I have inputted mine, and I hope you guys have as well. So most of these will not show up as everything right now. So if you select this box over here in your top left corner and go to Format, Auto Fit Column Widths, it will make everything big enough to see. I also would like you to center row 4. Just center those to make it easier to see and make sure everything's in there. So next you will select job codes for all of these people and what you did for them. So whether it is 1, 2, jobs 1, job 2, job 3, job 4, job 5 is up to you. You get to pick whichever one you would like. So I'll let you fill in all that information as well. Now that you guys have filled in the job codes, you will also come up with the total time it took you or your company to do that amount of work. And again, you can make up these numbers as well. So I'll again let you do that while I pause the video and do the same. So I have now input the total time, as I hope you guys have as well. So in the rate box right here, you're going to insert a VLOOKUP function to find the rate of the job depending on what the job done was. So click cell K5 and go to Formulas, Insert Function, and you're going to do a VLOOKUP. If it's not already here, you can type in the search VLOOKUP and it will pop up. So VLOOKUP, your lookup value is right here in your job code. So you're going to look up this value in a specific table. That specific table is found on the Jobs tab, and that will be your entire table. So A1 to D6. Notice how when I selected the entire table, the name Jobs table came. This is what we like to see in general. So then you go back to your column index number and you find the corresponding column that you want an output value for your column index number. So right here you can see it says job code, description, rate. So column A, B, C, or column 1, 2, 3. So if you're looking for the rate, it will be in column 3. You just type 3 and hit OK. And you can double click that all the way down. Now again, in case you guys have forgotten, the rate is in dollars per hour, so you're going to want to go to the Home tab and change it to currency. And it will automatically change that for that. Now your total charged, as you may assume, is going to be your total time multiplied by the rate that you did the job. And double click the fill handle to bring that all the way down. Your total or your description is also going to be another VLOOKUP for the job code. So again, you're going to go to Formulas, Insert Function. Your VLOOKUP function should be the first one here, so you hit OK. Your lookup value is going to be the job code. Your table array, again, is going to be Jobs Table. So you go back to your Jobs tab, select cells A1 through C6 on your Jobs Table, go to your column index number, and you're looking for the description, so column A, B, C, or column 1, 2, 3. Column number is 2 that you want the output for, and hit enter. And again, double click the fill handle to bring everything down, and you can then re-click up here and go to your Home tab, Format, and you can go Auto Fit Column Width, and it will automatically format everything that you need it to do. Now you want to use this, like I said earlier, the integration project deals with this one. So you will be sending invoices to everyone based off of this table right here. So you want to select starting in cells A4 all the way down to M14 so that your heading rows are selected. And you want to name your table, so go to Data or go to Formulas, define name, and you want to type Data Table Mail Merge. Just like that. Now when you go to do the integration project, your mail merge, this will be the data that you are using for all of that. And now you want to create a pie chart based off of the last name and the total charge. So you will select their last names, hold Control on your keyboard, total charged, and select those. Go to Insert Pie Chart. A 2D pie chart will be just fine. Is all we want it to be. Excuse me. And you want to change this chart style to style 11. So right here, down here, go to chart style, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Just like this. You want to change the title to market share. Market share. And if these percentages did not pop up, you want to add data labels. So you want to click this plus sign right here, data labels, this right arrow key, more options. And it should pop up over here. Label options, you want to change it from value to percentage on the inside end is what we would like you to do. You then want to change the font color to white, so if it didn't turn white automatically, select one data label and all of them will be selected. Go to the Home tab, font color, and change it to white. And you want to move the legend so it's on the right side. So you go to legend, right facing arrow, and go to the right side, just like that. Again, you will have a largest section of the pie. This one happens to be 15%, so double click that. And you want to change the point of explosion to 10% again, just like we've been doing on the other ones that have a point of explosion. You then want to move the chart so the upper left corner is in B16 and the lower is in H13. So click this and move it over to B16. Change this all the way over to H38. Well, just like that, and we are done with the Customers tab. After this, what we want to do is go to the Sales tab right here and exit out of this format shape if it is still here. You don't need that currently. Now we are going to create an accounting spreadsheet for the services that your company is providing, and that's just to have the rate, total hours that were done, and the total per job that was done. So to do that, in cell A1 you're going to type job code. In B1, whoops, right here, you're going to type services, your total hours, the rate, and the total amount. Oops, clicked the wrong button. So in E1, total in general. What you want to do in cell A2, type 1, 2, select these two, and drag it down until it says 5, because you have 5 jobs. If you have more than 5 jobs, feel free to input that. So your services is going to be a VLOOKUP function. So equals, whoops, not equals. Go to formulas, insert function, VLOOKUP function, hit OK. Your lookup value is going to be your job code. Your table array is again going to be your jobs. So your jobs tab, your jobs table, A1 through C6, and your column index number. Your description is in column B, which is also known as column 2. So you'll type 2, just like that, and hit OK. And you can drag that all the way down. Select this box right here and auto fit your column widths. So go to Home, Format, Auto Fit Column Widths, so that way it pops up just like that. For your total hours now, you're going to create a SUMIF function. So basically, it's going to see if it's lawn trimming, it's going to add up the total hours. So to do that, you go to C2, Formulas, Insert Function, and you're going to type SUMIF. In the search for a function, hit go. So SUMIF, it wants a range, a criteria, and a sum range. So your range of the customer sheet is going to be on the customer sheet, and it's going to be cell I5 all the way down through I14, and that's the one that has your job code. So that's the range it's looking for. The criteria it's looking for is going to be 1 for the first row. So for lawn trimming, it's going to look for job 1. Your sum range is then going to go back to your customers tab and have the total time. So it's going to be J4 through J14, just like that, and hit OK. So now it goes through and says if the customers tab has lawn trimming, it's going to add the hours up. So you can drag this down and it will say the total amount of hours for each job that was done. You will then do the same thing for the rate, except you'll do another VLOOKUP function. So insert function, VLOOKUP, hit OK. Your lookup value is going to be your job code. Your table array is going to be your jobs table. So go back to your jobs tab, A1 through C6. Column index number, you're looking for the rate. That would be in column 3. Again, column A, B, C, or 1, 2, and 3. Hit OK. Drag that down and change the rate to currency with 2 decimal places. So currency, just like that. Your total is just a multiplication function, so equals total hours times the rate, just like that. And again, you can drag that down. For this one though, you do want to add a totals column. So in cell B7 right here, you want to type total. In C7, just use this AutoSum function right here. AutoSum, enter, give you the total amount of hours you worked on this month. Again, with the total amount of pay, AutoSum, enter, gives you the total amount. So you then want to select these cells so they make them stand out and change the fill color to blue, accent 1, 60% lighter. So it should already be selected. If not, you go to light blue, blue, accent 1, lighter, 60%, just like that. To do that, now we will need to create a pie chart. So the pie chart is going to be based off of the services and the total column. So services right here, B2 through B6, then hold Control on your keyboard and select cells E2 through E6. Go to Insert, Pie Chart, 2D Pie Chart, just like that. Now you want to change the chart title to services, so click the chart title and type services. And you want to add data labels as a percentage on the inside end. So add data labels, click this little right arrow, more options, percentage, not value, on the inside end, just like that. And you want to again change the font color to white. So exit out of this, go to home, change the font color to white. Make it stand out a little bit more. Again, you're going to have a section that's biggest. So on this one, it's lawn trimming, it's 25%. You want to double click that and change the point of explosion to 10%. Make sure it's just the one. So as you can see, I did it wrong. Change that back down to 0. And you only want to select the biggest chunk of the pie and make that 10% explosion. So it stands out a little bit more. You also want to create a 2D column chart. So after this chart right here, we'll actually move this one over. So it starts in A9 and goes to F23. Then you're going to do the same thing for a 2D column chart. So you want services B2 through B6. Hold Control on your keyboard and E2 through E6. Go to Insert, Column Chart right here. So a 2D column chart. You want to change the title of this to say charge. So once that says charge, you're alright, except you also then need to add axis title. So we'll move this over a little bit so it's not overlapping that one. Click the plus sign right here and go axis titles. You want to change the X axis to say services, so services, and the Y axis to say charge. Just like that, now you have labels, and you also want to add a data table. So go to the chart elements and hit data table, just like that. So it's going to show up just like that. Make sure the upper left corner in this one starts in G6 and the lower right ends in L23. So just like that. We'll actually make this a little bit wider so that it looks kind of like this. Excuse me. Now you want to change D and E if you haven't already, again, to currency with 2 decimal places and auto fit your column widths. And we are done with the sales tab. So we're going to move on to the employees tab right here. On the last tab here, the employees tab, so we're going to get rid of this format shape box again, just like we did on the last one. We don't need it right now. This is the tab that you're going to input your employees. So you're going to have at least 5 employees that you're going to have employed for you just for the sake of this project. So in cell A1, you want to type employee number, and that we can just use a # for number. You definitely want to put their name, so know who they are, their social security number. This is not real social security numbers. These are fake social security numbers. We don't need people trying to steal identities or anything. And again, normally, if you have someone employed for you, you're going to know their street address, their city, state, zip code, the rate you are paying them per hour, so dollars per hour, their total wage, and their position. So again, most of these don't show up right, so you just select your entire chart again with this little box right here, format, auto fit column width, and everything's going to pop up until you start filling names in. Once you fill one name in, you'll want to redo that. But for now, I'll let you fill in everything as well as I'm going to fill in everything. So I'm going to pause the video real fast. So I have input all my information here. I didn't auto-fit the column widths just yet. I was waiting until my information was put in here, and I restarted the video for you. So again, I will click this right here, everything's selected, format, auto-fit column width, and everything opens right back up. The rate, you will specifically choose a rate for your employees. How much do you want to pay them per hour and what job they've done. So it seems I am missing a column currently, and that's, I'm just going to move these. So total wage and position, select those, select this cursor when it pops up and move it over one box, and in I you're going to type total hours. And again, we'll just auto fit that column width. So total hours and total wage right there. For your total hours, you are going to create a SUMIF function, again using the same concept that they have their position. So to make life easier in this project easier, the first person is going to be doing the first job, second job, third job, fourth job, fifth job. They all have their own jobs they want to do. So in your total hours, you're going to insert your SUMIF. So formulas, insert function, SUMIF, right here. Range, criteria, and sum range. So your range is going to be back on the customers tab. It's going to be I5 through I14, the job code. The criteria is going to be on the jobs tab, job code number 1. And your sum range is going to be on the customers tab, total time, just like that. So this is based off the guy is doing the first job, the second job, third job, fourth job. So then we can just drag this all the way down, and again your total wage is going to be the hours times the rate, just like that, and you can drag that one down. Now the position, again, this is the first job, second job, third job, fourth job, fifth job. So you can go to your jobs tab in your description and select 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all of these. Control C, employees, Control V. Now these pop up, the borders pop up, and you don't want those, so select those again. Go to your home tab and select no borders, and then auto fit that column as well. Now that this part's done, we do still want to add a total for the hours and wage. So in column H, cell 7, H7, you want to type total and create an input AutoSum functions for the total hours and the wage. So AutoSum, enter, and then in your total wage, AutoSum, enter, just like that. You then want to change cells I7 and J7 to the light fill, the blue accent one, 60% lighter, which should already be this one, and just click that for that. The final step we're going to do here is going to be creating a pie chart for your customers. Or for your employees, I'm sorry for the mistake right there. Now to do that, you're going to select their names and total hours. So B2 through B6, hold Control, and you also want to do their total hours. So I2 through I6, insert 2D pie chart, just like that. Excuse me. We want to change the chart style to chart style 3. Change the chart title to employee time in hours, so employee time hours. Move the legend to the right side of the graph if it's not already, so hit enter under chart title. Again, go here, legend, right facing arrow, and click right if it's not already there. You wanted to add data labels on the inside end, so you can hit escape if anything's highlighted. Click your chart, this plus sign, data labels, the right facing arrow on the inside end. That's what we want it to do. Now move the chart so that the upper left column is in cell C9, just like that, and the lower right corner is in H23, just like that. Now you are done with Excel Project 5. You can save this as Excel Database Project, your first name, your last name. So I'll do the same thing. Save as, browse, go to my desktop, and go to Excel Database Project and just delete and say my first name, my last name. And again, you can submit this one to Blackboard. You will be using this one again for the integration project, but that is next week. Thank you everyone and have a great day.